So I feel like we have a collaborative problem and not a talent problem. Everybody needs somebody. A tree cannot make a forest. So an artist needs media needs content. Promoters need artists need managers, and everybody needs an audience. So if we can stop thinking about ourselves as competition and collaborate, if we can stop, if we can understand as stakeholders that success is interconnected and we need everybody who is a stakeholder for us to grow, then I think that Port Harcourt can become one of the most explosive creative hubs in Nigeria and across the world. That's what I think. So basically, I think we have a collaboration problem. We do not have a talent problem. But before I go on, I'll let the people here with me, the gentlemen, say something.
So I'll say ever since I started collaborating, it's been a go for me, because I started doing music on my own, like myself, and I've been thinking, I can do this, but since I started collaborating, so I started featuring artists, I think it's been a huge help for me in my career. So I'll say collaboration is a big one for every creative. And okay, that's what I have to say right now.
Thank you so much. I go by the name Superstar Maxi. I don't know where to start from, but introducing myself, I have a lot of AKA, King of the Choco Kingdom, that Pitakwa boy, that Mr. Good Boy, Don't Bad, and also an award winner. And if you are talking about collaboration, I want to say collaboration is very important, and very, very important. I need to stress it, because just the way it goes a long way. If you are into the entertainment industry, you really need collaboration to survive. Collaboration and a musician is like what they call bread and akara. I know I see they go now. They always go well. Or when you talk about, Coke and Gala, those that started from the street will understand what I'm talking about. I am a product of collaboration. A little of my story, I started from Diop, from the street, where they never thought any good thing can come out from. But my mom used to sell mama put, and I have to go to studio. There are these people they call studio rats. You don't have the money, like, to pay for a studio fee, but you need to go to the studio, and we are passion driven then, because nobody to sponsor us, because we just know that more this thing they inside I can sing. But how do you do it now? We need to trek from where we stayed, Diop, and where we have a studio then was at OGRA. But I have to wake up in the morning to help my mom fix our mama put the firewood, do the beans and all the rest. Why? Because she will have to give me 100 naira or 50 naira so I can go to the studio. So I do that every day. See, collaboration don't start from my house. Just like they said, charity begins at home. So I do that every day. Sometimes I will just go to the studio and sit down and be looking at the producer. Why? They will be producing for people that can pay money. So one day, it now happened that the one guy at Diop, where I stay now, arranged his own studio. And I'm like, one more, this is great. So I don't have to be going to GRA any longer. Let me reach out to them. So as I got there, they said, you have to pay, it's a new student, all the rest. I said, I don't have money, but please help me. You know what happened? They now said, okay, what we can do for you is that you have to buy fuel. Since you don't have money and it's a new studio, let's be like, we are just giving you this opportunity. And I went to meet two guys. I begged the first one and he gave me 200 naira. I begged the second one and he gave me 200. I have 400 naira. That 400 naira is what I used to get my fuel. And I went back with the fuel and we produced the song that made me Maxi Chocomelo today with that 400 naira. So this is collaboration. I did the song, I recorded the song, and in that same studio, they told me that, guy, we're not going to allow you come out with this kind of hit we do here. We have to work with you. That is how they now decided that they have 400K. They want to put it in my career. And we went to Lagos and all the rest. I did the song Chokomilo and it got global. And that's what made me Maxi Kabiesi. And another thing about collaboration I want to talk about. The main the question is, how do we find ourselves in collaboration around the city, Port Harcourt? We need to emulate the Lagos industry. The Lagos industry is a wider and broad, big industry. You cannot say you are an entertainer without talking about the Lagos industry. Port Harcourt as a whole, we are great talents. From the like of Duncan Mighty, Timaya, Burna Boy, Omale, and all the rest. And I forget to say, I'm also, I did a collaboration with Burna Boy, the award winner from Port Harcourt. And I can also boast today that because of that collaboration, you cannot talk about Maxi Kabiesi and take it out of my bio, because I also have a collaboration with an award winner in the world, a Grammy award winner. So, thank you very much. So that is collaboration. With that, if I have not done that collaboration with Burna Boy today, I won't be here telling you that I've done a music with an award global artist. So about talking about the Lagos industry, Thames. I want to use Thames as an example. Thames started from the Lagos. She have been doing her thing by herself. But she needed to do something different. So she now wrote to this breweries, I think Jebsen, that they should come and help her because she needed them to shoot a video. Not that she cannot do that video by herself, but I think there's a picture she was looking at to get to the global scene, and she needed that standard picture and quality. So James now came through for her. It was that video that they shot and she released that now got her attracted to Wizkid. Guess what? That collaboration that she made with Wizkid has been the essence that we are all jumping and vibing all around. So in Port Harcourt, I think we need collaboration to really survive the industry. No wonder Timaya said collab or follow for promo. So with that collaboration, nothing can happen. Just like me, if you are calling me for an event, I'm coming with my manager, I'm coming with my DJ, I'm coming with my photographer, I'm coming with my someone that my costumer. So all this are collaboration. Thank you.
Okay, please a round of applause. It's looking like I would have to be a panelist and also moderate the panel session. Okay, so far we've been able to establish the fact that collaboration is not an option. It's a pathway to success for an artist or any creative in the city of Port Harcourt, because, I mean, they are living witnesses or testaments to that fact. So it means that, like I said, collaboration is something that is worth pursuing, no matter what sphere of life you find yourself in. So I'm just going to ask another question, right? Because it's okay to give a testament, but we need to also create mental pictures or practical pictures for people to really understand what we're talking about. So I'm very sorry. Your name, please. King J Fly. So I'm just going to ask you, what does collaboration actually look like in practical terms? Outside featuring people in your songs and people featuring you in their songs, how else do you think that people can actually collaborate, artists can collaborate in pursuit of success, in the success of their career?
Please, I would need you to take back the question. I didn't get that.
Okay, so I said, we know that collaboration is important. We know that one of the ways that you can collaborate is by featuring an artist or an artist featuring you. So besides the features or musical collaborations, what other practical ways can artists or creatives collaborate with other people in pursuit of success in their career?
Okay, just like what Superstar Maxi said, You know, you can't do it alone by yourself. You know, you need everybody. You know, like it is, I have people who I work with, not just musicians. I have the fashion designer. I also have the barber in my street. These are all collaboration, because without me going there to look good, I don't think the barber will be making money. And again, too, we have Pizza Mall right now. And I think if we're not here, I don't think... you know, I'm seeing bottles, I'm seeing everything going down. It shows that, you know, business is moving. And so, this is my first time of coming to Pizza Mall. And kudos to the organizers of this event, at least for bringing me here. So, for now, I think I know the address to this place, and I can actually tell anybody out there, have you been to Pizza Mall and all that. So, it's not really about the music thing, it's about friendship. And, you know, me collaborating with other people outside my, outside the industry, outside the entertainment, not just musicians, you know. So I'd say collaboration is just everything. It's everything that needs, it's everything. Collaboration can actually bring you, if you're going to a place that would take you like maybe a year or two, but I think collaboration can just bring you there in a space of maybe 1 year or something, or 6 months.
Okay, thank you very much. So in other words, beyond collaborating by featuring artists, you can collaborate with brands, you can collaborate with other media players, media houses, and creative entrepreneurs.
Sure.
Thank you very much. Maxi, when you were talking, you talked about moving to Lagos. And we realized that a lot of times, most of the artists that have been, quote, blown from Port Harcourt get to move to Lagos to blow. We have Burna Boy, we have legendary Sonny. You at some point went to Lagos. Why do you think artists move from Port Harcourt to Lagos to be able to find their feet or their footing?
Okay, I think answering your question, the reason why artists move to Lagos, one is the media. One is the media. In Port Harcourt, we have the media is not really broad like the one in Lagos. We have the wider media space in Lagos. Just like now, one of the things that makes maybe a Lagosian, an artist comes into this place now and will shout, "Whoa, Whiskey, oh, Davido." Why? It's because they are always on our face. They are always in our face. Thank God for internet that is helping us right now. Because you find out that then you have the EAP TV, you have the 9GZ and all the rest. And we are all glued to MTV Base, Sun City, and all the rest. And definitely they are having events back to back. You just see, even when they are not performing, they just dress well and go to one green carpet, pose like this. Oh, see. So these people are always on our faces. But right now in Port Harcourt, we have just the Silverbird, NTA, and all the rest. Facebook is even recent, and all the rest. So if eventually, what they call Silverbird is playing my music right now, it will only end in Yenegua. When you have, or maybe Opopo, or Arrest TV. But if they are playing that same song on any MTV Base, Sun City, and all the rest, which we have their headquarters in Lagos, guy, they will be watching them from all the America, UK, and all the rest. So now you now find out that they have more of advantage over there. So now the Burna Boy and all the rest that you mentioned, they want to go global. They don't want to remain just local artists. I want me then they see me that if I want to go and shut down an O2 right now, man, when I'm vibing, they are singing my song with me. So that is why they are all moving. But just thank God for, like I said, the media right now. TikTok is doing a lot. Someone can just be in his house and it will go viral and it will blow. So that's what I can say why they have been moving.
Okay, thank you very much. So it's more of an ecosystem concentration issue because like they have more media houses, more managers, more visibility and all of that. So we need to create more avenues where our artists can be showcased to the world, which brings me to the issue of the media, because this is a media brunch, and the media has a lot to do with the success of our artists. For me, I feel like the media shouldn't just be reporters of success when they can be catalysts of success. So, Magdi, I'm going to ask you again, what role do you think the media in Port Harcourt, we know we don't have as much as Lagos does, but the little that we have, how do you think we can use it to help drive the narrative and help our artists grow?
Okay, thank you very much. I will take you back to 2008 when I dropped the song Chocomilo. In that year, we have Port Harcourt made more than 10 different celebrities. That was the time that Wakunze came out with Iworiwo. That was the time MKs came out with a song. That was the time we have the Hybees. That was the time we have Koko Miko. That was the time we have Scalawi. I can mention on and on. Do you know why? There was a secret about it. The secret was we have 3 radio houses. Then we have just 93.7, Repower, and one other station. Do you know what they were doing? They were not playing any Lagos musician song. They came together and said, let's all play Port Harcourt music. That year, back to back, Port Harcourt was releasing hits upon hits. And we have, in fact, the whole industry were just looking at Port Harcourt. The like of Frank De Niro, that was when also Don Kamaiti came out. But this period, we find out that the media space, like, they are not doing that. You can go to a club and sit down from morning till night. You will dance like from 9 to 5 a.m. without hearing a Port Harcourt song. Or even also the radio space. It's now that they started maybe falling back and started playing our song, like the like of Maxi and J Fly and all the rest. So I think the industry also killed, and the media space also killed the music industry in Port Harcourt, because a lot of these people were singing and they were not having returns. A lot of them they give up. I have a lot of colleagues that are no longer in the industry. So I said, Maxi, how come you have been in the industry up to today? I've been like 2 decades right now in the music industry, and consistency, I'm still pushing and dropping hit back to back. So that's one of the problems. The media space killed the industry. When we asked them, then they said, the DJ said, we'll go play their song. Then they will come the few pompous for us. They will come the few like big boy, big girl. So they stopped playing the music and the industry crashed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for Maxi. I was told that Mr. Prof has a question. So we'll just take that question. Then we take closing statements.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mr. Prof. I'm a professional host and as well an entertainment business person. It's not sort of a question, it's a contribution, because I couldn't resist the temptation of making the contribution for this particular conversation, right? Collaboration. We're talking about collaboration. I think it's important we understand what collaboration is before we move on to other things. For me, and from my observation as someone that has been in Port Harcourt, done business in Port Harcourt, I think the collaboration is already happening, right? It's already happening, whether you want to admit it or not, it's already happening. But one thing I want my colleagues, my brothers, and others that may want to see this after now to understand is that entertainment is pure business. What that means is, just like you are castigating the media wants quality for them to project, right? So if you're not giving quality, I'm posting shit about it. You understand this? Now, about collaboration, talking about collaboration without understanding collaboration is like putting the cart before the horse. For me to collaborate with you, we need to be on the same page, right? I can't be running on 100 and you're coming with your 20 and you want us to collaborate. It won't happen. And Port Harcourt guys, you're saying leave Port Harcourt to go to Lagos. When they go to Lagos, simple thing that happens is they go to Lagos, they start respecting the business part of the craft. And that is how they blow, as we call them, right? But back home, as we're already on that page, back home, they have no respect for the business. They don't treat it like business. I'm saying it here and I'm keeping this on record. So that collaboration cannot happen because you are not on the same page with whoever it is that you want to collaborate, that you think will give you the visibility you're looking for. I just hope I made sense.
Please, a round of applause for him. So I think we're just going to take closing statements. So personally, I feel like he said, for collaboration to happen, there has to be value exchange. You can't come to me with a 0 and expect me to give you my 100. That doesn't happen. Also, for collaboration to happen, there has to be trust. And trust is built from professionalism. I have observed in my almost a decade of working as an industry professional that a lot of Port Harcourt artists, they are not professional enough. They miss deadlines, they don't know how to communicate, they don't know how to behave. And usually when you come to the table, like I said, music is business. There's the music business. When you come to a business table, there's a need for value exchange. You have to be responsible. You have to be able to show that you're professional enough. If you don't show me how professional you are, I don't want to do business with you because I don't think that I can trust you. So we have to imbibe that culture of professionalism. Another issue we have is the issue of fragmentation. We have our cliques. When one person is doing an event and he's not in our clique, we don't want to go and support. When Port Harcourt to the World is doing an event, someone from another group that is trying to do the same thing that they are doing would not want to come and support. When an artist is doing a concert, you don't want to come to the concert to perform because it's not paying you millions of naira. For goodness sake, we're trying to build each other and grow. We can have combined tours. We can have combined concerts. We can go to networking events with ourselves and introduce each other to the people that we know. That is how we can grow. Another issue is consistency. A lot of us do not have long-term goals. We want to be one-hit wonders. We have one song and we believe that we have blown. There's no follow-up structure. There's no system in place. You're not doing anything for the after. So while that song has blown and your name is in the airways, is touching the roof, what is your next plan of action? We don't have that. Another problem, or the last problem I'll talk about, is the issue of limited collaboration. So collaboration doesn't just have to be within your immediate environment. You need to collaborate with people in Lagos, in Abuja, in different parts of the world. Thank God for the internet. There's no barrier. There's little or no gatekeeping. So you could literally reach the world from your sitting room or from your studio. So I think that if we can sort out the issue of professionalism, fragmentation, inconsistency, and lack of structure, and we can also sort out the issue of collaboration, I think that we're right on our way to become like Lagos, if not better than Lagos. Thank you.
Okay, in conclusion, I think we need more love and less ego in Port Harcourt. One of the problem in the city is that you can be good, just like what you say. Someone can have even also a good quality vibe and all the rest, and that will now become a problem to your colleagues because why this guy now let him there? Like I've heard a lot of things. Like some even came to me, Maxi retire and make other people come up. You understand? They don't want to post that good stuff. They don't want to post that great job that you just released. Why? Because if you support and now go come blue, go come up for this our circle, go come they feel like saying don't here. So I think for me, I've come to that stage like in the industry where it's me, God, and the vision what I have. Like I've done a show. I did Maxi Live. I did collaboration with the MTN. They were there at my show. They posted their billboard all over, also displaying on my screen, knowing that, okay, I'm giving them this visibility that they need at that point in time. And also they are supporting me. They supported me with funds and also share cabs and all their polos and t-shirts. That's collaboration. But in a sense, in this part of Port Harcourt, we have issue with that because when you are trying to grow, you find out that, just like you said, you also mentioned about cartel. And this one, I know they my cartel, and this one, I know they my cartel. That's the problem. You drop a song that you know that this song is dope. Everybody know that this song, but the song is not going anywhere because even the people that are following you on the Facebook and all the social media and also the follow entertainers, you find out that none one of them will repost your work that you just dropped. So are we having more enemies or are we having more people to collaborate with? So that's one of the biggest problem in Port Harcourt. Thank you.
Well, for me, I'll say right now, Port Harcourt, we're growing, unlike the way it is before. Before it used to be you are not loyal entertainment industry, but I think right now everybody's working and we can see that we're moving fast and we'll get it right. So that's all I have to say about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kenneth, Maxi, and King J Fly.